Peace, you powerful manifestors. It's your favorite and finest transformational coach, Prophetess Asha. Alhamdulillah. 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 So, I'm getting ready to do this podcast real quick. But I wanted to come on here and, talk about hardships and moving on from them. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you find yourselves well. If not, why not? You are the creator. We are the creator of our own reality. So we choose what we want to focus on and we align with that. Now, we can align with bullshit. I'll tell y'all this all the time. We can align with bullshit. So if you're focusing on bullshit, then trust and believe that's what you're aligning with, okay? But I wanted to come on here and I wanted to talk about hardships because, Spirit been revealing certain things to me as I continue to observe humanity. And the one thing that I realized, right, that there's been an overwhelmingly amount of people who have said that they felt, they heard the call for them to quit their job or for them to put more energy into them and their healing or whatever it is that they've been called to do. But most of the time it's not like working their 9 to 5s and shit like that. And I see people end up like in the same predicaments, and I understand because I was in that same predicament, right? And so when I was asking Spirit about these things, because like I said, it's not just 1 or 2 people. It's a lot of people that are beginning to do this. And God was talking to me or ministering to me and saying, this is the time that people are learning how to understand that the universe really does provide for you. God really does look out for you. And I don't think that people understand neuroplasticity and how hard it is to really change your mindset. We all run from adversity, we run from conflict, and those are the 2 main things that really grow you the most. They help you see who you are and see where you are. And it's going to be dependent upon whether you like it or not. The issue be people, they don't want to see that part. There were so many people I was getting advice from. So many people thought I was crazy. So many people thought I used God as a crutch. You know what I'm saying? So many people, it was just so many excuses when I would tell people like, God is leading me, right? I can't go get a job, right? Because literally, like anybody who knows me, I've been working since I was 13 years old. Okay, and I'm talking about running up checks, bitch. I have 3 and 4 jobs. Okay, running up checks. I did not play that shit. Okay, when it came to money, and that was one of the hardest things to break. Was me learning that I am taken care of or that I'm good regardless. And I think that you see such an overly amount of people going this direction is because God wants us to understand that we have all that we need. The issue comes in with the attachments. I did a video the other day about love versus attachment, and it's like you can still love these things. The issue with it at this point is that a lot of people, like I said, they become and mind you, bills is crazy. You got children, they need to eat. They need clothes, okay? They need shit. I get it. But I promise you, if you really walk by faith and not by sight, this is a real thing. You have to take inspired action when you are called to take inspired action. But when I tell you that all is provided for you, when you are in alignment and you walking in your purpose, that's why it ain't no destiny swapping. That's why spells and rituals and hexes don't fucking matter. Remember what I said in the beginning, whatever you focus on is where the energy grows. Whatever you align with is what's going to manifest. You can align with bullshit. This is why I'm always so adamant about speaking to you guys about changing your mindset. And this is like, it's a lot of people who talk about they want to be millionaires, but millionaires and billionaires have a different set, like a mindset. They think differently. Do you understand what I'm saying? Or they hired somebody that thinks differently if they do not. Okay, they were smart enough to hire somebody. you know. So right now I'm shifting my business into counseling and mentoring CEOs, people who have five Fortune 500 companies, right? So, because trust me, they need it too, what I have to offer, all right? Because my job, Spirit is saying, is to make sure that they ass stand in alignment, you know, because we need those people of those 500 companies. I need you to have some kind of moral compass, and we need to find out where that's at. But anyway, that's about me. But y'all, I literally was in a homeless shelter because of the people that I trusted. I was literally in a homeless shelter because of my mindset. And the next 2 years after that, it was me literally reprogramming my mind in order to stop focusing on lack and started focusing on one of abundance, because I deserve it. That's what God kept telling me. And this is what people don't understand. God gonna give you what you want. Whatever you focus on, that's what's gonna happen. There is no magically happening in the sky. And as soon as we figure that out, the better your life will begin to be. Now, like I said before, you go through hard times, you're going through trials, you're going through adversity. I literally had somebody tell me, you're supposed to be a mentor to me. And they literally told me, well, you know, they told me their situation, and, you know, I just had to go get a job. You know, God didn't, I know what you told me, God, but I had to go get a job. Yeah, not me. Me and God thugged it out. That be the difference between me and other people. Not to say that I am comparing, but God is showing me the difference on how my hard work is showing me and changing my mindset, you know. So when I found myself in that homeless shelter, it was literally because I kept depending on other people. One, I felt I was entitled. I felt entitled for people to help me. And not only did I feel entitled, but I was calling out for growth. I was calling to be self-sufficient. I was calling to be able to, you know, operate my gift or do whatever it is that I was called to do. I was calling for that. But in order for that to come to pass, my mind had to change. I could not be the effective leader that I thought I was, but I wasn't. Okay? Until these last 2 years, I grew into being a boss. I grew into being an effective leader, because you can be a leader and not be effective. Glory. Clock it. Clock it. Because you can be a leader and not be effective. And God wants effective leaders right now. So a lot of this is happening because God is teaching you how to lead your own life. To teach you that, you know, and like I said, the problem becomes when those bills start piling up on your ass. You need this, you need that. I had to learn how to become a minimalist. Y'all, I used to have everything, okay? Cars, houses, clothes, nails done, hair done, lashes done. And I used to think like, damn, you know, I'm being humbled, and I was, right? I was. But I was like, damn, like, you know, like, what am I? Because I ain't never been fucked up to people, you know? So I was like, this must be some shit from past life type shit, right? But it was a little bit of all that, but it was mostly my mindset. And so if I was going to move forward, I had to see where I was lacking. And when I got into that homeless shelter, I literally said to myself, like, I got me here. I stopped blaming people more and more over these past 2 years, you know, because it's nobody's fault. It's nobody's life. Nobody's responsible for my life but me. And when I started really operating in that energy, that's when things began to turn around for me. You understand? When I really began to operate in that energy, when I really understood that all is well. You see my baby be skating. When I really understood all is well. When I really understood that I have all that I need. The problem was the overconsumption. But again, God is purifying the land, people. If money still drives you, wealth, like material wealth still drives you, getting over on people, validation. If you're doing anything outside of continuing to help God's people, I promise you, you're just going to keep being in the building stage. I promise you. I have spoken. Do you know what I'm saying? I promise you. because that is not the energy that this world is moving into. Yes, they're always going to be the opposite, y'all. They're always going to be the opposite, but there is an enormous amount of that. We don't need no more of that. We need true people who move in authentic love, being their authentic self. That means they have to be love within themselves. That meant I had to be love within myself, and learning how to love myself was a process, because I didn't realize how broken I was. I didn't realize how codependent I was. I didn't realize how me feeling neglected, me feeling abandoned, I didn't realize how that was stopping me from making certain decisions that would further me. So I don't ever look at going into that homeless shelter. I manifested myself there. I even said that I got myself here, but it was never me losing things, me losing my house, me losing my car, everything. People, I was by myself, me and God. And that was so I could understand it's me and God, and to understand that I am always provided for. And I had to learn to ask for help, because I was very stubborn and I did not like to ask for help, because I like to have it. I didn't like to show my traumas, didn't like to be vulnerable. I had to make it seem like I had it all together. I didn't want people to think that I was crazy because of the things there were so many limiting beliefs that I had to work through in order to achieve this state of peace, this state of abundance that I'm in. My life has never been so peaceful. And anybody want to try to come and fuck that up, please try. Because I promise you, I'm just going to be looking at you like this. If you get in, okay? Because, bitch, it's real strict over here. It's real strict over here. Yeah, you can't sit here. Okay? You have to be God approved to be around me. And that just is what it is. That means your heart has to be pure. Does that mean you're a perfect person? No. But that means your heart is pure. That means at the heart of you, you really love people, because I do. And those are the boundaries that I have set up. I no more see lack when it comes to friendships, when it comes to relationships. I don't feel like I'm lack. I don't feel like I'm not good enough. I don't feel like somebody's going to leave me. I don't feel like somebody's going to abandon me. All those are feelings of lack, which counteract the abundance. So now the part of me was trusting God that God was going to lead me to the right people, lead me to the people who are aligned with me, who are going to love like I do. Because baby, let me tell y'all, like, I sit and observe so many things now, and it's stuff like, I was like, damn, I was going to invest in that. And I'm like, I'm so glad that I learned to be obedient and listen to God. I didn't try to force things. If shit is not working out, let it go. It's not in alignment for you. It's really that simple. I was on the phone with a client the other day, and they were telling me, well, I just want to help the person. Okay, I'm glad you want to help them, but they don't want your help. You cannot, that's being pushy. That's being pushy. That's being forceful. That's you thinking that you know what's best for people's lives. And how do I know? Because that was me. We're both Leos too. That was me. These are things like I had to learn how to carry my own load. How do I help people? I be a light. And then my light will spark their light. I can't spark it for them. They have to do it. I can't do it for them. They have to do it. You cannot save people. You can't. Anybody who keeps trying to tell you that they can do something for you, or they're going to always be trying, because they can't. A lot of the times, those people who telling you that they can do it for you are running from their own shit, because they can't do it for themselves. So now they're projecting. Because when you walk in your true, authentic life, you really understand okay, I'm just walking in my purpose. I can't help anybody. I'm not finna go to anybody. I'm gonna draw people onto me, because when I try to go out into the world, I might fuck up because of my traumas. I might fuck up because, and trust me when I tell you, you think that you be hearing God, but it's your ego that you be hearing. You don't even know the difference. You can spend time in your head overthinking, thinking that you hear God and it's you. These are all the things God has taught me in my period of isolation because I kept seeking the face, my face, God's face. What is my purpose? I kept facing my demons, facing my fears. Every last one of my fears materialized. Every last one of my fears happened. And I'm still here. God has, through it all, I made it through another day's journey. And God kept me here. Yeah. So many people are getting this call to either quit your job or to you're going to allow God to provide. You're not crazy. You're not. But please understand that when you do that, your spirit is calling for evolution. So that means it's going to have to, it has to learn a balance between, it has to learn a balance between the material and the spiritual. And that's what you're doing in that moment. Because in that moment, the God gonna take care of you. The universe gonna work for you. But you're gonna have to learn how to tap in, learn how to listen, learn how to trust your choices, and move when God tells you to move, or stay when God tells you to stay. Because that was one for me. Because I always wanted to do, like, y'all, that's why I be trying to tell people, do people really understand? Especially when it come to me. Like not having any physical money in my pocket was killing me because I thought my worth lied in money. I thought my value lied in money. So when I didn't have any, I didn't think I had any value. That had to be broken. I had to love myself back to wholeness, regardless of how much money was in my bank account. And then I had to understand, okay, I'm going to lose this. I'm going to get it back. If I lose this, that means that this is leaving to make room for the new. These are all things I had to keep telling myself. So when God gives you that call, because I believe every human's going to go through it. Every human. Because our spirits are calling out to learn that the universe works with you. So, you worried about your kids, you worried about paying your rent, but that's a fear. That's a fear in slack. Are you abundant? Or are you lacking? And when you really shift that mindset to abundance, you will begin to see, okay, the universe do work for me. You hear the fucking bars. Okay, the universe do work for me, but it didn't happen as I thought it was going to happen. It happened because I stayed open to receive and stayed in the vibration of love and stayed in the vibration of knowing. And so I know because I love myself, I'm going to listen to the things that God tells me to do. And then I'm going to make it through. You hear the fucking bars because you will. And God was saying, when you learn these lessons, then you might want to go back to work because everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur. And maybe those times will show you that. I'm not meant to be no entrepreneur. And that's okay. That's okay. Go back to work. The whole reason why your spirit is calling you to leave your job and you ain't even got to leave it if you want to be honest. But what you do have to learn is to stop depending on this fiat. You feel me? I know it sounds crazy, y'all. That is the only way that this shit will lose power over us. And this was just like, that's the first time I said that. That's the only way fiat money, which they use to control, that's the only way. Is for God to show you, I even feed the birds. Literally, we're supposed to be like nature, where everything is provided for us. Everything that we need to eat, everything that we need to drink, the air that we breathe. Humans have fucked that up. And we are returning back to our original state. Do y'all understand what that means? Do you understand what that means? So you may get the call of, yeah, you may be feeling it strongly. That's because God is getting you to understand the universe works for you when you are in the energy of abundance. And that doesn't mean that you have to leave your job. But if you're feeling that pull, then that is what God wants you to trust him more. Maybe not work so many days. Maybe call off on they fuck asses. That shit'll be running without you. God ain't, if you get fired, Lord will. Yeah. All I want you guys to know is to continue to follow your spirit. Because that was so heavy on my spirit about so many people quitting their 9-to-5s and, you know, saying that I'm going to just depend on God. I'm going to rely on God. Just know the work that you have to do is mental and spiritual. And that shit, when you first do it, that shit ain't easy. It's very challenging. So that shit sound good to see. Oh, God gonna take care of me. That shit sound good. That's why none of the people, my parents, their generation is full of shit. They don't believe that shit. Now my grandma did and my granny did, but somewhere along the lines, like I think my dad like 70 something, 77, 76. So around that age frame, people who be like 70 to 80 to 90, and I would even say 65, they're not going to understand. Because they were taught that they had to work their asses off to the bone in order to get something. And that's just not how it is. We are changing that. You don't have to do that. That is what humans have done. Our natural state is peace, beloveds. Peace. You aggravated at that job. You aggravated in that relationship because it's not in alignment with you. Your spirit wants to grow. Are you allowing it? Or are you stopping yourself because of fear? Do you trust God or do you not? Or Allah, or Buddha, or the Orishas, or the Loas, or your ancestors, whatever it is, or yourself. Do you trust that? And mind you, like I said, it is very challenging. But I've been always hard-headed. I guess I had to learn shit the hard way. I guess I had to learn shit the hard way. But that PTSD shit is real. Real. I had PTSD from friendships. I had PTSD. I was in survival mode from being homeless, from being kicked out of people's houses, back and forth. Like, there was so many things. I had to learn how to calm my nervous system. These things take time. But if you do the work, you guys, and the only way that I was able to do that was to be in it. That's why you go through stuff. You get through it. You can't go around it. You can't go over it. You can't go under it. You got to go through it. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For God is with me. His rod and his staff, they comfort me. Don't you know your head is anointed? God is setting up tables for you. They are set up. But if you think that you know better than God, you're going to miss the fucking table, beloveds. And it's time for us to be at peace. Life is not supposed to be this fucking hard. It is not. It is not. It is not supposed to be this sad. It is not supposed to be this frustrating. But you have so many people there is so much momentum behind that energy. This is why even when I was trying to pour into myself, I would come on here and motivate y'all. Sometimes me doing that kept me going. Because it's hard to fight through these murky waters. It's hard to swim upstream when it feels like everything is in opposition to you and what you're doing. I understand how challenging that is. This whole time we have grown up, and this world has taught us, not only in school, but just what we see and in our households, that money is how you taken care of. When you are stable on the inside, stability happens on the outside. How that happens is up to your journey. It's already written. Come on, God. It's already written. And a lot of us, we can rewrite it. I have seen several timelines for people. I have seen several timelines for people. I was like, damn, but they didn't live up to it. Case in example, I told y'all about a close friend of mine who passed away. She got into a car accident. She had already been through so much hell her whole life. And she was so intelligent, so smart, a fucking pilot. Okay? So intelligent, so smart, so creative, so tapped in. Very tapped in. I know she in the stars now. She's here. I know she's in the stars now, in the cosmos. Do you understand? But she could never get past not feeling good enough because of her childhood. And because she could never get past that, she never allowed herself to bloom. And I saw her in another timeline, blooming like a motherfucker. This is how I know I can't make people be what I see. I can only align with people who want to be what they see. Come on, God. Period. You have to be able to see yourself. But I just wanted to come on here and tell you, losing things, loss, yes, it's going to be grief. And there's 5 stages to grief. Move on. I am witnessing a situation that it was kind of similar to mine over there on TikTok. And it's so crazy because I'm just thinking like egos is just getting in the way. This could really be something that is so, I've seen a timeline. But again, we can't make people act certain ways. People move certain ways when they're triggered. That's why I strict over here. That's why you got to be able to catch them triggers and at least be willing to work on them if you in my presence. Okay? We strict over here. We strict over here. Okay? You can't sit here. And I told you, you got to be God approved to be around me. And I'm not even bullshit. Okay? So serious. I got tired of my own shit. But this is what I'm saying. There are so many. God is not playing like this energy that is surging. Ooh, that's a good word, God. This energy that is surging towards the light. Okay? It is balancing. It's like it's pushing back that darkness, y'all. People are loving more than hating now. I'm seeing people wanting to be kind instead of being mean. I'm seeing people on posts where I was like, yeah, I could definitely crack on that motherfucker. Because, I'm a clown. I talk about people. Well, used to. I don't talk about them anymore. Not like that, okay? But in my head, I be clowning them. I do. I was class clown, okay? But I could be like, I could definitely say something about that. But I see people boosting people up now. Now, I still see the bullshit, and maybe that's how I've cultivated my algorithm. But at the same time, that's what I see. And remember I said at first, whatever you focus on, wherever the energy flows is what's going to grow. I put up a post. If I see any sad shit, because I don't want to hear about people dying. I don't want to hear about people being homeless. I don't want to hear about mothers not being able to feed their children. I don't want to hear about none of that shit. Not that I don't care. I'm actively working on things to be able to counteract that energy. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to. People should stop getting on social media telling them that many problems anyway. If we're going to trust God, then we need to trust God, not the internet. The fuck? I had to learn that. We need to trust God and not the internet. All right? Who are you really serving around this bitch? Who are you really serving? I have to make sure y'all don't see my little newt. Okay? Who are y'all really serving? So being able to detach, that's the hardest part in this part of the journey. Letting go of the need of material things because you don't need them. You've just been taught that you need them. Trust me when I tell you. I know people talk about death and destruction and the world coming to an end. God ain't never gave me them messages. never. And if God did, I don't think that God would have me online talking about it, because it can be mistaken and took so many ways that it causes more harm than good. So even if there was an end of the world prediction, a real prophet or prophetess wouldn't get on here on social media and be blasting it to the masses. If anything, they would have already begun to do certain things, because that's how God moves. God sets up. God prepares. God is teaching. Okay? So just know, even the birds, God will take care of you. How much more will God take care of you? He even takes care of the sparrows. And your spirit knows this, which is why you're feeling this. Your spirit knows you're always taken care of. Your spirit knows you're always abundant. Your spirit knows you're always provided for. That is not no cute saying. Our parents said that shit and then did everything in their power but believe in God to give it to them. So they told us one thing and was doing another. That's the energy that some of us saw in our childhood. And then, so when you get around other energies that are like that, it feels like home. So now you wondering why you got these fucking snakes in your circle, because there were snakes in your house. All these things you realize when you start spending that intimate time with yourself and God. When you really learn that my ancestors don't play about me. I need to talk about this one minute, because I heard somebody say that, and I'm finna go. I heard somebody say this, right? My ancestors don't play about me. Y'all ancestors, how you want me to say this? Some of y'all ancestors really don't play, okay? Some of y'all ancestors, baby, they be on the same shit, the same energy that they was on when they was here, okay? They're showing me like flip knives, I don't know, some kind of knife where you push a button. I don't know, somebody ancestor like knives. I don't know, okay? It's like an uncle or something. I don't know, okay? This is what I feel. Somebody uncle. It's a masculine energy, okay? But your ancestors don't play about you, but if you play about you, there's nothing that your ancestors can do. You hear the fucking bars. Drop the nugget. Yeah, your ancestors may not play about you, but if you play about you, there's nothing that they're going to be able to do. And what do I mean, you playing about you? This means matching fucking energy. If somebody has wronged y'all, I'm not sure on why you just can't shut the fuck up. Why must you go and retaliate and talk shit? And I get it. Hurt people. My family got cussed out many a times because I was healing on social media. So I don't judge nobody. But if you already know that you should do better and you still do it, that's not the same thing. I was healing. I was not deliberately trying to hurt their feelings. I was just speaking my emotions. Right? But I didn't talk about them. I just spoke from a place of my feelings. But we get it twisted. If you gossip, you steal, okay, you're a con artist, you're a manipulator, you feel entitled, you playing the victim, you're playing with yourself. And your ancestors can't do nothing with that. So your ancestors may play about you. What you think they're going to do if you full of shit? Y'all don't understand how many people's ancestors now be working for me because people was full of shit and they fucked with somebody whose heart was pure. And their ancestor was like, we like the energy better over here. They'll grant me something before they grant you, and you they blood. They won't play about me before they don't play about you, and you they blood. Check the purity of your heart. Make sure you are aligning with what's coming out your mouth. That's going to be real big moving forward. I tell you guys, I'm a transformational coach. I help you align your mind to make sure it matches what you are speaking to yourself. And if you have in trouble with that, y'all click my link tree. I have it's a form on there now. If you want to get in contact with me, go fill out that form for me. Okay, it don't cost nothing, right? But fill out that form for me and I will get back to you, right? I'll send you an email and we can talk about services. If you need any services, just know, or if you want to be on my email list, then go ahead and fill out that form. But just know, when I do get back with you, please be ready to do something. So don't sign up until you're ready to do something. Because I'm already walking in my purpose. And I'm ready to help you walk in yours. Okay? But hey, Tisha Boo. Okay, hey y'all. Hey Derek, who is here, just us. Okay, period. You got to go get ready. It's a strict program, Trevor. You already know. Okay? It has been so long, y'all. I know. Like, when I tell y'all, like, thank you. Hey, Papa. When I tell y'all, like, God has really, like, I'm just so glad that I'm obedient. You know, I'm just so glad. And for the longest time, y'all, it really felt like I was cursed. It really felt like I was cursed. It really felt like I was in a dark place. It really felt like I was in a sunken place. It really felt like I didn't know which way to go. And I didn't. And the one difference, and I tell you this all the time, there's a lot of people who got a lot to say about me. Okay, whether directly or indirectly, it's a lot of people. But what I'm going to do is continue to remain pure. People can say what they want. I no longer allow anybody to dictate my life. People can say what they want. And me standing up for myself and standing in that is called setting boundaries. And because I have learned how to set boundaries, I have look, I got friends and I don't need a whole lot. I got a couple and that's all look. My baby pushed me. He's mean ass. He be mean to me, y'all. He be mean. I'm blinking. Somebody come help me. I'm just playing with my baby. Okay? But, what was I saying? Hey, Catherine. Hey, y'all. How do you talk to me? Fill out that form and I will get back with you, because I'm vetting the people. I don't help anybody now. I'm really targeting CEOs of Fortune 500 companies. That's who I'm targeting. But I still will help people, you know, who don't have 500. Like, if you are a CEO, if you're a boss, if you have companies, then hit me up so I can make sure that you are aligned with what is coming out your mouth. Let's just make sure there are no energetic leaks. All right? Because where there are energetic leaks, that's where things can come in and begin to mess up for you. So, and I keep trying to tell y'all, it doesn't matter how much money a person has. Everyone always needs to be able to talk through something in their mind. Okay? Everybody deals with something. Everybody struggles with something. And this is what I want y'all to understand. Okay? But I love you guys so much. All right? What is the date? Oh, they mad when you set boundaries. Thank you, Trevor. That's what I was saying. Okay? So that was setting boundaries. Thank you. That's what I was saying. And so now, because I set boundaries, because I don't have many. Okay? It's quality over quantity. But the ones that I do have now, Sir! The ones that I do have now, I don't have to worry about snaking me. They do random shit, like just go get me some coffee, little shit. Bring me ice because she got crushed ice in her freezer. She know I fuck with ice. Bring me a whole bag of ice. Just come pick me up because she know a bitch is fucked up. I got people who actually care about me, the person. Not my fucking gift. Not for what I can do for them. Not for what I can give them. Me. Because they love me. And that is a whole new feeling. Because I don't think ever in my life have I had anybody to love me simply for being me. But I had to do it first. I had to learn how to do it first. You know? But anyway, I got to go to this podcast, y'all. I love y'all so much. Okay? Go fill out that form in my link tree. I think I put the link in here. Okay? If you want to book a session with me, fill out that form and I will get back with you. Because like I said, I have to vet who I help. Because I'm not playing with people no more. This ain't the This ain't the gravy train. This ain't the, you got to know that you got to do it, right? But just know you don't have to do it alone, all right? I love you guys so much. Y'all go forth with the power source behind you. Continue to dare to be different. Tell them bye. Y'all hear my baby? Shit. Bam! He just told y'all. He just told you, okay? But I love, bye, bye, bye. Y'all hear my baby. Anywho. So I love y'all so much. Go forth with the power source behind you. Continue to dare to be different. Dare to dream your destiny. And y'all stay the fuck aligned, divine, and fine. And y'all, won't he do it? Yes, he will. Bye, y'all.